Hello students. Today we are going to study uh, introductory part of calculus, that is limits. Just to portray what exactly limits means, because few mathematical table is being put up on the board. As you can see, there are few functions. F of x is x cube, f of x is equal to 3x. Okay. Now, what exactly the tending concepts, the limits which you can understand, this limits we are going to study. So, it's very first part of the calculus. Basically, what do we mean by limits? First, I would like to tell you, if I say that if the quantity say x, if it is approaching to a, then if x is independent variable and if any dependent variable say y, which is equal to f of x, if you want to find its value as x is nearer and nearer, it's trying to approach a, then we say that the whatever will be the value of f of x at the approached value of x, then we say that we can find the limit of f of x. We say that as x, we denote it like this, as x tends to a, it's nearer and nearer to a, then the value of f of x tends to f at a. Suppose value of f of a is some b or any other value you can take, and then you can understand how limit works. This is a technical definition, but if you want to understand the concept of limit, you must understand that the concept of neighborhood. Like for example, if you are saying, let us consider x equal to 0. And what is the neighborhood of x, of 0? You can see that any number on the real number line, it has got neighborhoods. So if you draw a small circle which is of a very small radius, like for example, you can draw a circle like this. Then this part, this becomes the neighborhood of 0. All those points which are nearer and nearer to, like for example 0.01, 0.0002, 0.00001, all these points are nearer and nearer to 0. So we forms a, all this, like that is from right hand side. From left hand side we can get what? Even negative, minus 0.001, minus 0.002, minus 0. Smallest of the smallest. As we go towards the left hand side, we get negative real numbers. And between any two real numbers, we plot a real number over here, another real number, still they are nearer to 0. But there are infinitely many real numbers between these two real numbers. So hence the neighborhood will we can keep on exploring the neighborhood as we go nearer and nearer to 0. Okay, so how does neighborhood affect the limit concept, or how can we approach a limit concept using neighborhood? It's very well, we can, it's been portrayed with the help of an example. As you can see over here, that in the first table, f of x is equal to x cube, it is being written over here, and the values, different values are being taken. Okay, simple example like f of x is equal to x cube. I want to calculate the quantity limit of, I want to calculate the quantity limit as x approaches to 1. You can see that the values of x are nearer and nearer to 1. They are very much nearer. You can draw the real number line and you can find it out that these values are nearer and nearer to 1. 0.9, okay, 0.99, even nearer, 0.999, they are even closer and closer to 1. As you go nearer and nearer to 1, the values of x are approaching to 1. So we say that x tends to 1. We say that x is tending to 1. Here also, from the right hand side, the value of x, the variable x, 1.001, 1.01, 1.1, okay, and even take more values which are closer to 1. then we can say gradually that from here we will approach 1 for different values of x which are nearer and nearer to 1. We see that x is approaching 1 from right hand side. When we say that in simple language, when we try to say that x approaches to 1, it means that we are approaching 1 from left hand side and from right hand side. That we have to see. We have to see x is approaching from left hand side as well as right hand side. Okay. When in this situation, if you want to find out the limit, find the limit of f of x when x is tending to 1, then we have to find all the limit of the function when x tends to 1 from left hand side and from right hand side. So if you just find it out from this particular table, we can see that the limit as x tends to 1 in simple language of x cube, when it is not, there is no such grammatical difference between 1 and 0.99, so as to say, we can say that it's a very negligible difference between these two, that 1 and value of the difference 1 minus any value, you can just take it off, that value is negligible. We can say in the mathematical terms infinitesimal. Okay, that value is infinitesimally very small. That means I am talking about, suppose you take any value over here, you can take, suppose for example 1.001, I am taking over here 1.001, and the difference between 1 and 1.001 is negligibly very small, it is infinitesimally very small. So these distances which are very small, we just try to say that we just symbolize it with a quantity h, and that h is always greater than 0. It is a difference, that positive difference, the modulus of difference between the value and another value which is closer, very close by to it. Okay, so h is infinitesimally very small value. We generally consider the value of h as a difference between any x and any value which is x is approaching to it. Suppose if it is approaching to a, then I will take h is equal to mod of x minus a, and this value x minus a is so small, it will imply that this h is tending to 0. H is the difference between the value which is approaching that particular number or constant and the constant itself. So it is mod of a minus x or x minus a. Mod is going to be the positive value. So when we talk about the limit of any function, then we have to consider what is the actual tending value of that variable. So first we will see when x, in this example, when we are talking about this example, as x approaches to 1, then f of x is also approaching to the cube of 1. When you see different values, this is 0.729 is the cube of 0.9, 0.97, 0299 cube of 0.99. Like that, we can see that even if we keep on considering the higher powers of these fractions, this is improper fraction, this is proper fraction. All proper fractions, when we consider higher powers, still they are becoming smaller and smaller and smaller, and they are approaching to, like this, its cube is also approaching to 1. Its cube is also approaching to 1. This cube is also approaching to 1. Okay, the cube of 1.01 is also approaching to 1, because the difference between 1 and 1.030301 is very negligible as compared to the value 1. So we can say that this value is approaching to 1. Okay, all these values, when we try to find out the higher powers of these values which are approaching to 1, still we are getting the value as 1. So in order to detect this entire situation, we actually write it like this: limit as x tends to 1, the value of f of x is becoming what? It is also becoming 1. So we can see that the cube of 1 is also approaching to 1. the cube of all these values which are approaching to 1, neighborhood, all those values which are in the neighborhood of 1, when we cube them, they tend to 1. So this is how we can introduce. It's a very rough idea. We are just putting it. More technical language we can study in the next video. Here is another definition, another example which we can see over here. F of x is 3 times x. How the limit as x tends to 3, its x is tending to. Here we can see that gradually we are approaching. We can draw a neighborhood. From left hand side, the value of x is tending to 2, and from right hand side also, the value of x is nearer and nearer to 2. So as x tends to 2, we can see it illustrates from this very table that the value of f of x, which is thrice the value of x, is approaching to 6. So we say that limit as x approaches to 2, the limit of the function 3 times x is also becoming what? 3 times. It is nothing but I can write like this. Limit x tends to 2, it is the value of the function is 3x. The value of the function is 3x. Then we discover that it is nothing but it is approaching to the limit of the function is becoming 6. As the limit of x is 2, we say that the limit of the function is 6. So this is what a very rough idea, which just to introduce limits. In the next video we will find it out different values which are changing with respect to the another quantity. Like for example, rate of change of displacement with respect to time. How does it vary? The rate of change of velocity, speed with respect to time, rate of change of velocity with respect to time. All these values we will study in the next video, and much more detailed we will study as the limiting situations. Thank you, children.